Okay, Mike Gould here, Mayor of Houndstown, USA, home to the happiest dogs on earth. This is our little friend Dixie, first day of training. She's been fitted with the proper collar. Sit. I will tell you, she's a very exuberant dog. She has a lot of energy. She needs a firm hand, kind heart. So with her, we're going to use a two-handed grip. This gets looped around our right thumb. The slack gets picked up in your right thumb also, and our hands stay together. We're nice and relaxed. Never tension on the leash. Never tension on the leash. We're going to mark behavior. We're going to mark positive behavior with love. Positive behavior. When she does something right, we're going to love her. We're not going to give her food for that. We're going to give physical and verbal praise. Real love. We're going to mark negative behavior with a snap and release of this leash. Snap and release. This is a nylon collar. This is the only collar that should be used. No pinch collars, no electric collars, no prong collar. Nylon. It's fitted for her. We have a 15-inch nylon collar on. Bad behavior marked with a correction. She's sniffing right now is not allowed. So that's a negative behavior. Love, love, love. I'm going to give her some free time. Leash and collar stays on at all times, inside and outside, when the dog is under our supervision. Leash and collar on always. I'm going to drop the leash. I'm going to give her her release command is, okay, okay, girl. And that's it, and then we'll go outside in a few minutes. Now she's free to walk around the house, but she can't run out the door. And as we go on, we're going to add to this behavior. We're going to walk outside and teach her to heel a little bit. Okay, we're going out. So, leash over right thumb, slack also over right thumb, hands together, meat to meat, slack in the leash. We're going to walk out. I'm going to proceed with my left foot is going to be her signal to move. She's not going to understand that today. This is our first 10 minutes of work. Heel. Good. Sit. So we're slowing her brain down. This is important, right? Sit. Slowing her brain down. Her nose is always working. She's a hound dog. She ain't nothing but a hound dog. Her nose is going constantly. So we kind of have to interrupt nature in a way. Left foot, good girl. And we're going outside. We'll pick up outside. Okay, so now we're out in the real world. So there's a modification. Sometimes we walk with the leash like this when we're walking. Sometimes we put our hands together. This you'll work out. That's the difficult part for you. I am kind of ambidextrous. I can go like this or I can go like this. And so we're going to walk with our left foot. When the dog's nose goes down, I'm going to correct her. When her nose is up, I'm going to love her. She needs to learn to be on my left side. That is what we call healing. That's our behavior. So I'm relaxed. Left foot out. Good girl, Dixie. Good girl. I can go fast. I can go normal pace. When I turn, she needs to turn. Good girl. Good girl. You see her tail is up. She looks good. I don't want her sniffing. When we're moving, when the pack is moving, the dog can't sniff. That's how the puppies get hurt. They get eaten by the wolf. Good girl, Dixie. Good girl. When we come to a stop, we want to teach her to sit. So I slow down. Slow down. That's her cue. Sit. Dixie, sit. You need a firm correction. Sit. Good. And then praise with love. Mark good behavior with love. Negative correct behaviors with a correction. You need to get this leash correction. It's sit. Dixie, sit. Watch. It's a snap. Sit. Followed by praise. Good dog. It's not strength. It's not strength. It's love and a snap and release. This is great for today. Heel and sit. Heel and sit. Heel and sit. Okay, so here we are outside. It's important to understand there's two frames of mind for the dog. Our time and her time. So her time is called free time. She's free to do most things, except what we don't want her to do. So when she's on her free time, she sniffs, she pees, she poops, she can do what she'd like. So we have to separate that. When we're moving and she's on a leash, she has to be on our side. There's no equivocation, no sniffing, no peeing, no pooping when we're moving. So I'm going to release her and put her on her free time. Her free time is you perform it by getting low, saying her name, and releasing her, because she doesn't understand anything. And she's a little on the stubborn side. So here, it's like this. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. You say, okay, girl. And she's up now. She hasn't figured this out yet, but when she, good girl, Dixie. Good girl. When she's on her free time, she can do anything. When she's on our time, she can't do anything. 90% of her life is on her free time. There's only a very small portion of time when we require her to pay complete attention to us. Dixie girl, ya-ya! Dix. Free time, playtime, whatever you want to call it. Excellent. Okay, continuing our training with Dixie. So the fact is, she's been genetically engineered to sniff the ground, right? She's a hound dog, so her nose is genetically, instinctively going down. And that's good 90% of the time, but when we're moving forward, she cannot be sniffing. So watch what we got. Left, she's got a little bit of a sore on her foot from running around so much. So watch when we step out my left. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Nice and relaxed. I turn, she turns. I stop, she sits. I pivot out my right foot, she stays. So everything here with her is about body movement, eyes, everything is body language. Look, now I love her, right? So depending on what foot, if I pivot with my right, she doesn't get up. If I step out my left, she walks. Good girl. Good girl. Good. So this is much better, maybe subtly, but the fact is her nose isn't down. So what's going to happen, sit, and there's a dog behind her. A little correction, she's got to sit. Dixie. Good. So there's a distraction behind us, but it doesn't matter. She's got to trust our judgment. So she sits. So that's it, where we are today. This is only the first few days. She heels with our left foot forward. She stays with our right foot, and we're teaching her to go to place. And we're going to just take it a little easy. She's got just a little rawness between her pads, either from chewing it or some reason. It's irritating. So we're not going to push it. Stepping out my left foot. Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Then I'm going to stop. She's going to sit. I'm going to step out my right. I can drop my leash. We're moving forward, fast and furious. I come back to her side, and I love her. And then I release her. Okay, girl. Yeah. Okay, Dick. Okay, good girl. Now, she can sniff till the cows come home. And we're building on this every day. Okay, so one of the most important things we teach a dog is to go to its den. It's a denning animal, so that's not a cage for punishment, it's a den. Dogs are denning animals. The only time we give a dog a morsel of food, and when it goes voluntarily into its crate, den. When it's in its den, it gets its reward, whether it's a treat, whether it's regular food. Ashley's going to release, once she goes to her place, she can't get off without permission, off or out. So Ashley's going to release her by getting low and saying, okay, girl.
Okay, Dixie.
Okay, clap your hands. Good. Good. So we got to work through the confusion. We're literally reprogramming her. So now she's out and she's playing. So this could be all day long. And when the doorbell rings, maybe, Ashley is we're going to wait. This requires patience. So just say her name.
Dixie.
Clap your hands.
Dixie, come.
All right, and just wait. So we got to go, so the leash is always on. Don't forget, the leash is always on. So now Ashley's going to stand up, and she's going to just point to the crate and tell Dixie to go place.
Go place.
And she drops the leash. So this is in the early stages of setting this behavior. She never gets a morsel of food until she's in her crate voluntarily. And she's got to work this out, because when we released her before, she headed where? Right to the kitchen. Where has she been sleeping at night? In the kitchen. So we have to be careful and make sure we're always addressing what the dog is thinking. And this way, when she's in there, it doesn't matter what happens, because she can't come out. So we're going to keep introducing triggers and vacuums, you name it. We do everything reasonably possible to trigger her to come out. So we just teach her the right. This is not done with a heavy hand. This is done because most of the time the dog has no clue about what you're talking about. Okay? Dixie.